gun cleric. A master at Gung Fu, Bishop channels energy through his Akimbo Crusader pistols, turning any shootout into a ballet of bullets. When you first start playing as Bishop, you'll have access to one pistol with a 15 bullet clip. Grab the pistol off your dominant hip with the grip button and fire by squeezing the trigger. Reload by pulling a clip off your non-dominant hip and insert it into the pistol. Take out a group of enemies at a distance with charge shot. Just hold down the trigger to power it up, then release when it's at its maximum. As you complete missions, you'll unlock dual pistols and proximity reload for double the damage and extra efficiency. With proximity reload, just touch the controllers to your hips to reload. You can fire off charge shots from each pistol, individually or at the same time. Unlock Fusion Charge Shot for the ultimate destructive blast. Simultaneously charge up both your pistols by holding down the triggers, then place them together and release. Keep track of its cooldown with the display on your pistol. Finally, we have Bishop's ultimate abilities. First, we have Time Warp, which slows down time for a brief moment. Activate Time Warp by holding down the right controller trackpad to bring up the special ability interface. Swipe right to select Time Warp, then release the trackpad. Bishop's second activated ability is Bullet Storm, which unleashes a ton of firepower at once without depleting your ammo. Activate Bullet Storm in the same way as Time Warp, but instead, swipe left to select it. Finally, remember to track your ability cooldowns by pressing down on the right trackpad. Bishop's abilities are most effective when used in combination with each other, with teleshift, and with defenses like turrets and the shield station. Review these ability combos to inflict the highest possible robot destruction.
We're slipping out of the shadows to check out Saija, the cyber ninja. A master of telekinetic ninjutsu bonded into a reflex-enhancing cybernetic suit, Saija can manipulate gravity to her will and rip enemies to pieces with her lethal Flash Blade, an energy-powered katana that slices, dices, and deflects. Unsheath the Flash Blade by reaching over your right shoulder and squeezing the grip buttons. The trigger activates the blade. The Flash Blade can be wielded with one or both hands. When using two hands, your damage output is increased. The Flash Blade can also deflect projectiles back at enemies. Finally, the Flash Blade can be thrown like a boomerang, cutting through multiple attackers on its flight path. Just hold the grip button and release as if you were throwing a frisbee. Saija's psychic abilities take her combat to the next level. Unlock telekinesis to single out an enemy, while also knocking back any surrounding bots. To activate telekinesis, aim with your empty hand and use the trigger button to pick up an enemy. Throw it into more enemies. Slam it down, even pull it towards you and crush it into a ball. To unleash a powerful focal strike, hold the sword with both hands near your head to charge up the blade. Focal strike further increases the Flash Blade's damage while also extending its reach. Dual katanas allows Saija to wield two Flash Blades at once. Draw her second Flash Blade from the other shoulder. Note that you must sheathe one Flash Blade in order to use telekinesis. Saija has two cooldown-based ultimate abilities that are effective at quickly clearing an area of multiple enemies. First, we have Levitation Smash, a gravity manipulation AoE that allows you to float above the battlefield. But what goes up must come down, and with that, a bonus devastating shockwave. The second unlockable ability is Shadow Slash. Activating Shadow Slash sends you into a hyper-focused state, where every slash of your Flash Blade emits a homing energy beam that seeks out distant enemies. The key to Saija is not to be afraid to get close to enemies. Hit them quick and get out fast. Save ability combos for those big multi-enemy kills.
We're blasting into powerful abilities of Boss, the Street Merc. A hardened survivor of Neo Shinjuku's street gangs, Boss blasts robots into scrap with his trusty shotgun or bashes them to pieces with a literal iron fist. Boss's weapon of choice is the powerful Dominator shotgun, a mid-range pump-action shotgun that's slow to fire, but whose every shot counts. Grab the shotgun by reaching over your primary shoulder and squeezing the grip buttons. Pull the trigger to fire a shell. Reload by reaching up with your non-dominant hand, squeezing the grip buttons, and make a pumping motion to chamber a shell. You can also reload by flinging the weapon down at your hip and snapping it back up again. The unlockable quad chamber upgrade makes the pumping reload chamber 4 shells instead of just 1, so you can get back in the battle that much faster. The Dominator also comes equipped with a nade launcher, which can store up to 3 grenades at a time. Fire a grenade by pulling the non-dominant hand trigger when you are holding the shotgun with both hands. You can check the nade launcher cooldown timer located on the back of the shotgun. As if his shotgun isn't enough, Boss's Zaitomo bionic arms provide some extra pushing power. Iron Fist lets you deliver bruising blows with a dashing melee attack. Using the grip buttons, clench an empty fist near your head, then punch forward to dash and smash. Aerial detonation upgrades your grenades with remote detonators, making it easier than ever to rain death from above. To activate, launch a grenade, then while it's in mid-flight, pull the non-dominant trigger again to manually detonate it exactly where you want to bring the pain. Boss's ultimate abilities are all about going big or going home. The first of these is Air Juggle, a supersonic blast that throws enemies up into the air in a state of temporary suspension. The juggle itself doesn't actually do any damage, but it perfectly sets up large groups of enemies for devastating takedowns. To activate Air Juggle, press down on your trackpad or joystick, move your arm left to select, then release. If Iron Fist makes you feel like a badass, then Fury is your Berserker Rage. Boss's second ultimate ability instantly charges both of your bionic arms and keeps them charged for rapid, successive punches. It also reduces the amount of damage you take. For the ultimate KO, overcharge your fists by gripping them near your head and punching forward to deal a crushing blow that also unleashes a long-range shockwave, damaging enemies behind your victim. To activate Fury, press down on your trackpad or joystick, move your arm right to select, then release. Boss's hybrid gameplay mechanics make him perfect for players who want the best of both worlds, shooting and melee, where every shot has an impact.
Elder, the Rogue Hunter. And he's got that bow and arrow, which we know players have been asking for a really long time. There's a bunch of different abilities. He's got a multi-shot, where you can shoot multiple arrows at once and hit several different enemies. You can also pull an arrow off your back and shoot that, and that's a tagging arrow. He's also got this, what is it, the Crystal Hazard?
The Crystal Hazard.
Right? So you can shoot at the feet of a bunch of robots coming down your lane, and it shoots up all these crazy green crystals and it slows them down and just it damages them a little bit. We got explosive arrows, of course, and then we have this hollow decoy thing. It really breaks up the gameplay in a whole new way. I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Trusting your friends and even